Hello and welcome to creating a cash receipt or CR transaction without a receivable or RE transaction in AZ360. We will be demonstrating this process in one of our test environments, and the screen has been zoomed in for optimal viewing. In our current training scenario, an agency has received cash over the counter in the amount of $175 from customer Catherine Maxwell for goods provided. Catherine was not billed and is paying the agency over the counter. She provides $174 in bills and $1 in change as payment. Since the customer was not billed, we will record the payment as a CR without reference to an RE transaction in AZ360. You'll notice that we're already logged into the AZ360 application, and the accounts receivable business role has been selected in the top right of the screen. To get started, we will navigate to the global search field at the top of the screen. And in the search window, we will type in CR. In the drop-down that generates, we will select CR Cash Receipt, and the CR Financial Transaction page will then generate. Once it renders, we will click the Create button in the top right. In the Transaction Department field, you would enter your department number, your 3-digit department number. In this case, we will be entering ADA. We will check the Auto Numbering checkbox and then click Continue. You'll notice that a new CR transaction has generated and opens to the header tab. The transaction is in draft. The version number is 1. The function is new and the status is held. We'll go ahead and complete the header tab. On the general information section, we will enter a transaction description, a reason for the CR transaction. In this case, we will enter over-the-counter payment. As a reminder, it is recommended to include as much detail as possible in this field in order to ease future transaction research and lookup. In the bank account field, we will enter BK01, and in the transaction total, we are going to enter 175. We will then click on the Vendor tab. We will insert a new vendor line by navigating to the Tab Level Actions section and clicking the plus sign. Okay, the blue vendor line will then generate. On that line, we will assign our vendor. So we will use the pick list option. And when that search screen renders, we will be using a wildcard asterisk to help cut down on the results that will populate. So we will be using, in the vendor customer field, we'll be using AD wildcard asterisk 9575 and then click search. And in the results that generate, we'll make sure that Catherine Maxwell is the vendor listed. Click OK. Now, if you click Save, you'll notice initially the legal name has not populated. You click Save, and that will generate based on the vendor customer code that we just selected. In the line amount field, we will enter the 175. Oops. And in the billing profile, we will again use the pick list, but this time we'll just take the value that we're using, this DP BOT from the available options, and click OK. Okay, now we'll verify that the payment type is cash. You'll notice that that is the default value because we did click Save after assigning the vendor customer code. So we'll just leave that value in place. We're now going to navigate to the Accounting tab, and just like on the Vendor tab, we will assign a new line. In the line amount field, we will enter 175. Our department is ADA. The function we'll be using is RMDWC 9830. We'll then navigate to the appropriation unit field. We're using appropriation unit AD 98000. In the unit field here, we are entering 9801. And we are required to enter a revenue code in this case, so we'll have to slide the bar to make that visible. And in that field, we'll enter 4345. We're then going to slide the bar back because we have to click the expand caret to enter additional COA details. But first, on the general information section, we're going to enter some information about the payment. So in the currency field, we will enter 174 as we received $174 in bills. And in the coin field, we will enter 1. Okay, we'll then click on the COA section and we'll fill in the task. So in our case, it's going to be 7 followed by 5 zeros. And in the department revenue field, we will enter 434500. Now keep in mind the task and revenue fields are controlled by the FEDREC FDREQ table and are optional depending on how your agency has configured their settings. For more information on the FEDREC table and these options, see the Chart of Accounts Elements section of this manual. Okay, we're going to go ahead and validate to check for errors. We go ahead and receive the transaction validated successfully message, so we know that everything is correct. We'll then navigate to the Posting tab and click the Expand caret, where we can see the debit and credit information as well as the record date, fiscal year period, other information. More information here is available by clicking Show More, and you can see some of the information that we've already inputted. Okay, we'll go ahead and then submit the transaction to your next line agency approver, and we have completed the process of creating a CR without a referenced RE transaction in AZ360. You can click the home icon to return to the home page.